The Quick Revive perk has gone from being probably one of the most overpowered perks inside of Black Ops 6 to now just being kind of pretty good. So in today's video, I want to go over the reasons as to why this happened, and that means that we will be going over the minor and major augments and basically telling you if it's still worth your time unlocking. Before we fully get into the video, as always, I gotta thank you all so much for the love and attention that this series or just overall the channel has been getting. It's absolutely incredible to see. If you want to see more of these videos, specifically perk related, I have basically covered every single one. This is the last one, but we will still be moving on to ammo mods and the field upgrades. So if you want to check those videos out, definitely be sure to subscribe and drop a like at the video, as that does really help out. And after this series is done, I'm going to be doing plenty more augment videos because the possibilities are basically endless. And lastly, if you want to know how I leveled up my augments really fast, essentially just go up high rounds. Past round 21, your XP will start slowing down. I know there's a lot of confusion with this. It kind of does happen, but as long as you go up high rounds, unlock camos, basically just get XP. You'll be leveling them up pretty fast. Without further ado, let's get back into the augments themselves. And the first thing that I have to mention before we get into the first one is the combination of this really does depend on you. I will be going over my personal favorite combos at the very end, but overall the Quick Revive perk is very much a team-based perk. So if you're playing with friends or teammates, it's definitely something that you want to equip because a lot of these augments will be helping out other players and kind of you in some certain areas. And of course, it does recover your health faster, so you can use it solo as well, and there are some pretty good major augments for that. So the first augment that we have is called the EMT one, and the description says reviving an ally allows them to keep all of the perks in their bleed out bar. Basically what this means is whenever your teammate goes down, and if they have more than 3 perks, they'll be able to essentially keep all of the 3 perks that they had on them as long as you revive them. So that timer that starts going down, even if it takes off all of the perks and there's a slither of time left, you will be still able to revive them and let them keep their perks. Obviously, if you're playing solo, this is in no way an augment that I would recommend for you to use because it has absolutely no use, but it's pretty good playing with others. There's definitely better options for allowing your teammates to keep all of your perks, like the Phoenix Up Gobblegum or even the Healing Aura last augment that I will be talking in a future video about. Moving on to our second major augment, we have Equivalent Exchange, and this is where stuff gets really interesting and the reason why it went from being extremely overpowered to kind of now being what it's supposed to be. The description says, if you have Quick Revive while downed, killing an enemy will revive you and remove Quick Revive. This can be done up to 3 times. That last sentence is very important because if you played with this augment before and are confused why it actually works the way it's supposed to, because before you were able to basically save and quit after this happened, and each time that you came into your match, it reset the 3 uses. So you were back to 3 uses no matter how many times, even if you ran out in that match that you were still playing, as long as you saved and quit and returned, it basically gave you back all the 3. But now it works the way it's supposed to. So no matter what you do, you will always only have 3 throughout the match, which is a bad thing, but also a good thing because now high rounders don't have to go into insane drama, which was like a big topic that I was able to pick up on whenever I was watching content creators go for high rounds, the big goal to 999. Basically, whenever you down, get a pistol kill, which is most of the time what you'll have. I'm pretty sure whenever you down with a ray gun, if you have a ray gun, you'll get easier kills, or if you're down with Mustang and Sally's, you'll be able to get easier kills. So you'll be able to revive yourself. It's going to be really challenging later rounds, so it's something that I wouldn't really recommend for you to use, but it's not the worst. It's actually pretty good. Maybe if you're even playing with other players, it's something good to have in case, you know, your teammate can't revive you because they're across the entire map and they don't have a Healing Aura or Phoenix Up. So this is still something that I would consider using, but it's not my favorite because the best major augment, it's actually like one of the best overall major augments that you can use, and I recommend for you to grind your ass to get here because it's called Dying Wish. If you know Dying Wish, it was a perk in Black Ops 4 which was a lifesaver. It was basically an extra life, which is the exact same way that works here. The description says, on lethal damage, become immune to all damage for 2 seconds and keep 1 health. Quick Revive is removed on use. Something that isn't included in here as well is the fact that you can only do it up to 3 times. Before, similar as to the Equivalent Exchange, you were able to save and quit and get the whole thing reset, but now it is only 3 uses. This is really nice because it almost gives you another life. Similar to Equivalent Exchange, you'll be able to basically keep your spare self revives if you need be, since now we are only limited to 3 self revives per match, unless I think you find self revives. Sometimes zombies like the elites or the special zombies can drop them, I'm pretty certain. But overall, Dying Wish is really good, but there's just one little issue that I personally have with it. There is an activation sound when it happens, but you don't always play with sound on. Like myself, there are times where I just don't want to wear my headset and I can't hear the game. Not hearing the activation sound, there are a lot of times where even if I hear the activation sound, I rarely ever notice that I actually lose my Quick Revive. And Quick Revive, apart from just this major augment, also recovers your health faster. So it's a very important perk to have whenever you're running around. So I would have really preferred if they had maybe some kind of like just little indicators around you that you lost it, or even something that isn't just small text in the corner that, again, I just don't notice. I'm a person that just doesn't notice those kind of things, and I might be the small amount of players that go through this, but it's something that I hope Treyarch changes in the future, maybe even with just season 1, which is just around the corner, November 14. So overall, which major augment do I recommend for you to use? Definitely Dying Wish. Equivalent Exchange is pretty good, but they all have their own uses. Again, EMT if you're playing with other players. Moving on to our last 3 augments, which are the minor ones. The first one is called Swift Recovery. Reviving an ally increases both of your movement speeds for a short time, which it really does. You get to run really fast after reviving your teammate. That one is very self-explanatory. The next one is Karmic Return. Reviving an ally heals you to full health. This is also very situation based. If you're surrounded by zombies and you're reviving your teammate and it's like, oh my god, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, and then you all just get your health. Obviously the person you revive gets his health back, but you get your full health back, which again allows you to run away. I wish there was like a combination of Swift Recovery and Karmic Return just to be able to skedaddle super far away with your full health. But if you haven't noticed, these two are very concentrated on playing with other players, so if you're a solo gamer, these are not for you. The last one is something that maybe you could find some use in, and it is called Slow Death. Increase your time in the last stand. The only way that I could see this being useful in solo is if you want to wait for zombies to get out of your way. If you're cornered and you go down and there's just a whole horde of manglers and zombies around you, this is pretty good to not only save the perks for yourself to be able to revive yourself whenever you want, but also to be able to give yourself a tiny bit more time. The only thing that I could think of pairing this together is Equivalent Exchange. Since you do have to kill a zombie to revive yourself, probably having this extra time in the last stand, which if you don't know what the last stand is, it's whenever you're not, so you can, like, you know, get a kill or revive yourself whenever you need be. So that's the only time that I would ever think this is really useful. Maybe if you're a player who is playing with somebody else that has EMT equipped on their major augments, maybe having the Slow Death equipped is nice, because then, I don't know, you'll get revived easier. Honestly, this one is just not the best. The minor augments are really mid. The best ones have to be either Equivalent Exchange or Dying Wish, so those are your main concentration. Apart from that, Quick Revive I think could have benefited from something more impressive on the minor augment side, something that a solo player could find more use, maybe recover health a tiny bit faster. That would have been so much better, but I don't understand why that isn't one. I really do have a feeling that we might see an addition of one more augment to every single thing, if it's just one more major augment and one more minor augment. They did that during Cold War Zombies, so I wouldn't be surprised if they come out like in season 3 or season 2 and are like, hey, here's even more augments for you to test out, or here is 2 more augments for you to test out, 2 on each, major augments and minor augments. Time will tell. I honestly feel like Quick Revive, apart from its brokenness before, really could have used some better ones, but if you want another life, definitely Equivalent Exchange or Dying Wish, 100% Dying Wish. Get that thing unlocked ASAP. Everybody could use it. It's not even like a crutch, it's just really useful. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, as always, that's it for the video. Enough yapping. If you got this far into the video, you are absolutely amazing. Seriously, thank you so freaking much. The next review will most likely be on Deadwire, which means we are completely moving over to ammo mods. We still have Brain Rot, Cryo Freeze, Deadwire, and Shadow Rift left on ammo mods, and on field upgrades we have Energy Mine, Dark Flare, Hearing Aura, and Ether Shroud. So there are still plenty of videos to come out. These are going to be kind of probably less of interest because the perks are the most concentration. So if you've gotten this far into the video, concentrate on your perks mainly. If you want to unlock those perks faster, make progress on like the first 2 phases of each of your augments and then get back to them ASAP. Whenever it's double XP weekends, you can get through these super fast. But yeah, apart from that, if you want to see the other perk ones, they're on the channel. Thank you all so freaking much as always. Seriously, you make my day every single day. It's incredible to see just the love and attention the channel has been getting, and I hope it continues, and I hope we can grow even more throughout the Black Ops 6 lifecycle. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.